Okay guys, now we're gonna start doing the labs. I'm not gonna do all of them, but I'm gonna just look at the most important ones and do them. So let's look at this lab 5, program 4. This is really, it's a long program, but it's a really good one. Write a C++ program that first displays here. I'm reading here. Write a C++ program that first displays a heading that includes the problem number, the course number, your name, and your email address. So I can say cout, and I can say here you should then leave blank line and promote for and accept from the user the day of the week. So let's see here, cout includes the problem number, lab 5, program 4, number, okay, CSC 1321, computer, C++ programming, C++ programming, and then I want the course number, your name, Gaith Albadarin, and email. And just for email, and we close it. Then what do we need to do? Let's read the problem. Accept from the user the day of the week. We need to know what the day of the week is. Is it going to be a string or is it going to be a character? So you are to use a single characters to represent each day of the week. You should display these choices to the user as part of your promote. Your program should assume that the user will only enter uppercase letters for the days of the week. All other characters entered, including lowercase letters for the days, are to be considered invalid. Okay, so now we got an idea. So now I'm gonna declare here day, let's say, and it's gonna be character, and I'm not gonna give it initial value. And then here it's saying promote, here leave a line to promote for the user to accept from the user the day of the week, and you are to use single characters to represent the day of the week. You should display these choices, cout, and I'm just gonna display them, but you should always put a message like M for this, T for Tuesday, W for Wednesday, R for Thursday, F for Friday, and A for Saturday. It's better if you include a message inside it, but I'm gonna do it this way, faster for us. It's gonna assume all are uppercase letter. You can leave a message saying please enter as an uppercase letter. Then I'll have here CN day. Then depending on that, test the value that the user enters. Here, test the value that the user enters and display an appropriate response using the following algorithm: if Saturday or Sunday. So I'll say if day, the one we entered, equals Saturday or Sunday, A, or no, and I don't want it to be Saturday and Sunday, and day equals Saturday, Sunday. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Good. But remember, characters, I need single quotes or it will give you an error. Real important. If it's a string, double quotes. I noticed that most of you did that error in the assignment. So write a weekend message such as, okay, here if it's this, I'm gonna do see out week and hooray or whatever. I'm not gonna do it. And then promote that. Then I'm gonna have the if else. Why am I gonna have the if else, not else by itself? Because I need an else for the invalid. So I'm gonna have here an else. And remember, do I need curly braces here? Do I need to put a curly brace here? Is it gonna make a difference? No. When it's one line, the body of an if is one line, it will take it. But if I had more than one statement as the body of the if, it won't take. So if I had here another if, what do you think will happen? Another see out. What do you think will happen? It's gonna give me an error because I have another if else, so it needs to match. It's gonna be else if. See, else if it needs to match. This else needs to match with an if, and it doesn't match with this. Why? Because I have two lines. This line is gonna be the body of the if statement, and this the line after it. So this is, I'm exiting the if. This one, it's not inside the body of the if. So to fix this problem, we have to put curly braces when I have the body more than one line. But I don't need this, and I don't need a curly brace on a single line statement. Now else, what do we need to do here? If it's a weekday, then promote for and accept the hour of day. This should be an integer in the range of 0 to 23. You can assume the user will enter a valid integer, so we don't need to worry about if the user didn't enter a invalid value. So here I'm gonna say day equals Monday, single quotes, or day equals Tuesday, or day equals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or day equals Thursday, which is an R, or day equals Friday, depending on day what the user inputs. If you input here an F, it's gonna be Friday. So come and do this. Let's see what is it gonna do. And now I think we're gonna have more than one line, so I'll start it with a body for if the hour is a promote for please enter hour. So I'm gonna say see out please enter an hour. Then I'll say here cn hour. That's good. Now it will give me what? Undeclared variable hour, an error. So I need to say integer hour, cn hour. Then depending on hour, I'll say if the hour entered is greater or equal 0 and less than 8. So now I have a nested loop, a nested if statement, an if inside an if. So I'll say if hour is greater or equal 0 and hour less than 8. So an hour between 0 and 8, see out, still asleep. And same thing here. I don't think we need to put a curly braces because I think we just need what? One statement for the body of the F. Let's see. Else, right? It's still a sleep message. Else if, yeah. So we don't need it. If I had two lines, I have two statements or more. I have to put else if what? Else if hour entered is 8 is greater or equal 8 and less than 18. Hour greater or equal 8 and hour less than 18. And remember, when I have an and, what's the difference between an and and an or? An or, if one of those is true, that's it. Meaning if it's either Saturday or Sunday, that's true. Here, both conditions have to be true. This has to be true, and this has to be true. And so it has to be greater or equal 0, and it has to be less than 8. So what do we do? Should be at work. So here I'll have see out at work \n and else if hour entered is greater than 18. Else if hour entered hour is greater than 18, greater or equal. If you had space here, it's gonna give you an error. I'm doing this now. Else if hour entered else, this is for the hour, else meaning the hour, if any see out any other value that's not either 0, not between 0 and 8, and not between 8 and 18, and not between 18 and 24, any other value, let's for example 25, see invalid hour. And now I can close this if statement, and remember this else is for what? This else is for those ifs. This is the else for them, so this is for the weekdays. So else, what am I gonna do? Let's see the weekdays, right? Invalid day if they enter any other day, see out day invalid. Invalid \n, and I'm done with this. Write the program so the algorithm to so I think this should be good. We don't need this anymore. Let's do this. let's save, compile, and run. And here, look at the program. What we did, we declared character day to take the days, because we're going to be inputting them as what? S, M, T, W, R, F, and A. And hours, they're going to be between 0 and 24. 0 and 24. So I declared that as integer. Here I'm checking if day equals Saturday, or day equals Sunday, see out weekend. Else if day equals Monday, or day equals Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or Friday, I'll print a message, please enter an hour. See, and then the user will input an hour. Depending on that, I'll do another check. If hour is between 0 and 8, print still asleep. If between 8 and 18, at work. I don't know if you like a job like that, but that's why I studied hard. I didn't want a job like that. Else if hour is between 18 and 24, see out off work. Else invalid hour, and else for those two, invalid day. And now it's more preferred when you run this type of program. What do? You're gonna test every value, guys. So now I have G++ dash O, and let's write out. And what am I running? What was it? Lab 4 program. I got it wrong. What was it? Lists, okay. Was chapter lab 5 program 4, okay. G++ dash O. I'm compiling now, same as you're doing if you do build in Visual Studio. Take the same code, put it in Visual Studio, and do build. It will work. G++ dash O out, and lab 5 program 4 compile, no errors. And now I'll do dot out, and this should give me lab 5 program 4 C++ email. This should be enter a day, but sorry I didn't put it in a good way. So now we're gonna pick Thursday. Please enter an hour. I'm gonna put 18. No points. Okay, 18. We can't put minutes, guys, be careful. Off work will be off work. Now let's compile it again and try other values. I wanna try Sunday. Weekend terminated, no problem. Let's run it again. I wanna put an invalid H, invalid day. I wanna run it again and try Friday, and let's put an invalid hour. Invalid hour, good. And let's try Monday 7, still sleeping. So we see this program is working, doing good. Please review. This is a really good example. It makes you understand what if and if else statements, especially the nested. It's good for the nested. We saw like nested if else, day and hour. Now let's go and check what. So this finishes labs 5. I'm not gonna do those. I think are easy for you now. Now let's do this couple of those, and then those are gonna be easy to do. Clear and let me copy lab 6 program 1.cpp gedit. I just copied a file that I always use. This one I always use as the so I don't write everything. So here I don't want to use those now. What is it asking for? We're using for loop that will print the numbers from 1 to 20. Let's do it from what? 4 integer I equals, I don't want from 1 to 20. Remember, any loop I need 3 values. Initial value, which is 1 in our case over there, and condition, or where I can stop, which is 20. I is less than or equal 20, and the update, the increment or decrement. I'm going from 1 to 20. So here I'm going from 1 to 20. My initial value is condition or end value less or equal, let's put it 20, and the update is going to be what? Because I'm going from 1 to 20, it's going to be I plus plus. I'm just counting, so I can put here 1, but I want to do it from 1. I don't want to be the same. 40 to, let's say 75. And I'm gonna do I 40 initial value. Condition is what? Remember, 3 values. Here's my condition: less or equal 75. Update is I plus plus. And now what do I want to do? See out equals I. We can put it as end line, or we can put like commas, whatever you want, this or that. And now let's try to put something else here just to show you. See out this is not in the body of the for loop, and I put this on purpose because I saw most of you do that error. So this is not in the body. This is not gonna loop with the for loop. No, it only takes the first line. If I want it to loop, I'm gonna put curly braces. So let's see, save, and let's go here. G++, where did it go? And I'm gonna do lab 6 program 1. took it. No. Out. We can see how it's printing out. Well, I-40, I-41, I-42. Let's see. This only printed once. Why? Let's see the code. How does it go? Look at the code here. No. What do I have? 4. I equals 40. So I equals 40. The first thing it's gonna take I equals 40. It's gonna check, is I less than 75? Yes, true. Print I. Print I, which is 40. Now increment I by 1 and go back. Is 41 less than 75? True. Print I, which is 41. We print 41 here. Now increment by 1. So I is 42. 42, we check 42. Is it less than 75? Yes. Print 42. And we keep looping. We keep looping. This is really important. And now we saw this. Let's put an end line and make it smaller so we can see it all on one line. And I want to make it 55, and I'm gonna add some stuff, and let's see how that goes. Let's do clear. I equals 40, I equals 41. See, all that was in the body of the for loop. This wasn't. When did this execute? It executed after we exited the for loop. So we go back to our code. When did it exit? When it finishes this, which is the loops. Now I want to do one more thing. Let's put a curly braces and let's put integer I, j, let's say, or iteration j equals 1, and here I'm gonna say, let's put it here, iteration. I'm gonna type the iteration beside each. So here I'll print j, and I'll do end line. That's good. And here I'll increment j plus plus, and I'll close this for loop. So now this is the body of my for loop. This is gonna repeat from 40 to 55, and I can put it inside of whatever I want. So let's save. And let's do clear. Let's compile. Let's run. Iteration 1, loop 1, I40. Iteration 2, 42, 3, and here we go. So how many iterations we have? 16. Why not 15? And then this prints. And we can see why it's 16 because I have the equal here. If I took the equal here, it will be 15 iterations, and we can see this printed after the body of the for loop. Now let's go back and check what. Let's take this. I wanna do it in reverse order from 20 to 1, and this is a really good example. So now let's do, okay, where's the, now what do I need? I need my initial value to be, let's do it on our example, 55, and we're gonna, the condition to 40, and I'm gonna be decrementing. If I'm going from 55 to 40, I'm decrementing. So now I can change it here to 55, and here we have to change it to what? Greater or equal, I greater than or equal 40. if you kept it 55, it's gonna go from 55 to 40. So I is greater than 40, and the other way we have, and here we do subtract, and we want to leave it the same. And let's leave all that code the same, the rest, and see what happens. Clear. Compile the code and run, and here's what we have. 55. See, and here's the iteration. It doesn't matter, don't think those are going to change with it. We can flip those, start with 16 and go down to what? Do J minus minus instead, and that will work. But I'm done with those. Let's see. Right, oh, this was using a while loop, so that's good. Let's go back and do it using a while loop. A while loop, I'm gonna have a while here, same thing a while needs, but here I'm gonna have the condition only. And remember, a for loop I need semicolons here, semi 1 and 2 here. If I don't have them, it will give me an error, so I don't need this. I'll copy this, but I need it still. I need an initial value, and I need a condition, and I need an update, but we don't have them together. The condition is gonna be here, initial value here, and I'll say here, I can say I minus minus, meaning what? Start with 55. I'll check. This is now the body of my loop. This is what's gonna loop. This is what's gonna loop. 55. Is it greater or equal 40? True. True. Do this. Increment J, decrement I. I is 54. Goes back. 54. Is it greater or equal 40? True. Print it. Increment J, which is now 2, should be 2, increment 1, 3. And I minus minus, so it's 53. It was 54, now 53. And it keeps going until what? I get to I equals 40. We do 40, goes, increments I will be 39. 39, is it greater or equal 40? No. False. Exit the loop. Where does it go? If I exit the loop, goes to the first line after the loop, so it will do this after the loop. So that's good. We've done this. Let's see, the rest of those are, I think, easy. The odd numbers and even numbers between, okay. And let's change on our program. I don't want to go in another program. Let's say I want the odd numbers between 55 and 40. So what can I say here? I can have an if statement. If I, the number I'm checking, mod what? 2 equals, either you put it mod 2 means I have two values, any number mod 2, two values I can get, which is 0 and 1. If it's 0, it's an even number. If it's odd, it's 1. So either you put if I mod 2 equals 1, or I mod 2, and let's put it here for you guys. As a complement, I'm gonna leave it. You can put I mod 2 doesn't equal, not equal to 0. You can put any one of those, it will work. Now if I left it like this, what do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna take this as the body of the if statement only. It's gonna be taking this only as the body of the if statement. Is that gonna make a difference? Do you think it's gonna make a difference? Let's see. It's clear. Compile and run. What happened to the J? Is it right? Yep. It's right and good. But what do you think will happen if I did this? I included all of that in the body of the if statement. This is for the if, and this is for the while. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave this output so you can see the next output. What do you think here is happening? It stopped. Why did it stop? Is it going through a loop or what? An infinite loop? Think of it. Look at the code. I'm gonna let you look at the code again. Where did it go? Okay, no, I don't have it open. I'll open it from here. Lab. Where did it go? Program 1. Here's the code. It printed what? Let's look at it. Printed I55 and J equals 1. And then it stopped. Do you think it stopped, or do you think it's looping, or what's going on? If what do you think happens? Think of it. Take it line by line. Took 55. Is it greater or equal to 40? Yes. So what is it gonna do? I for 55 mod 2 equals 1. Yeah. So what is it gonna do? Print 55 and print J1. Now it's gonna do what? J plus plus and I minus minus. So I is 54. 54 mod 2. Does it equal 1? No, false. So what is it gonna do? It's gonna go inside the back to the while loop. Keep looping. It's an infinite loop. And to see it's an infinite loop, I'll do a C out here. Test. Let's put a backslash in so we'll have one on each line. Okay. Control C will clear the, but 1 minute, let's keep this and let me save this. I wanted to close it so I can save it. Okay. Compile, run. See, this showed us. We didn't see it before because there was nothing after the F. This one was outside the while loop, not the if. So when I get to 54 mod 2, what does it say? Sorry. 54 mod 2, does it equal 0? False. But it's not incrementing or decrementing. It's going. It's not doing any of this. So it's waiting here. Well, it's going back to 54. It's created the 40. Keep looping. So it comes back. 54 mod 2, does it equal 1? No. Keep looping. Keep looping. So this explains it. Let's go back and see what other program. And odd numbers, even numbers, we put what? Mod 0. So let's try it with mod. Meaning this means it's this. Here's how I should put it. Meaning whatever happened, if it's true or false, the condition I and j should be decremented. Whatever happened. And be careful of those types of questions tomorrow. You're gonna get a question like that. That's a really nice question. And I want it as even numbers. I'll put 1 or not equal to 1. I mod 2 equals, and this should work. And let's go and compile. Oh, this is still running. Come on. Let's see now. Compile. Run. And I'm having 54, 52, 50, 48. I left test, sorry about that. Why is it printing it twice? It's printing 1 for 55, 1 for 54, so that's 2. Then it's printing for 53, 52, and all those. So go back to the code and take which one out? Test with test. And this should work. And I don't need the comment for that. So let's stop here for now, but I'm coming back. Let's see, was there anything else? Even multiple of 5s, what do we do? Either put it mod 5 equals 0, or I can do the increment. Okay, let's do it in the other way. That's good. That's a good thing to do. Here, if I don't wanna use an if statement, let's take the if statement out. Let's take those out. While this, I want to do those. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say I minus equal to, this will print me the even numbers. So here I'll say this equals what? I equals I minus 2. So it's gonna take 55 minus 2 is 53. So I'm never gonna have even numbers. To have even numbers, I'm gonna have to start with 54, and let's see how many times it's gonna loop, how many iterations. This is good. Done. See, it printed only the even numbers, and we only looped 8 times, half of. So this will be more efficient. If I needed to change it to a multiple of 5s, let's say 4, so I want it not the same as that one. Fifty-four times. It loops 4 times. So what happens? Let's go back to the code. In the case of 4, it starts with 54. Remember, I need 3 things for any loop: initial value, condition, and the update. My initial value is 54. I'm gonna check Is 54 greater than 40? Yes, so see out I, which is 54, j, which is 1. Now increment j by 1 becomes, j becomes 2, and I minus 4, so I becomes 50. I becomes 50, and if we see here in the output, took 50. Now 50 is it greater or equal 40? Yes. What is it gonna do? Print 50 and j, which is 2, increment j, so now j is 3, decrement I by 4, so now it's 46. So I have 46 and 3. You can see it here, 46 and 3. Now goes 46 is later, goes here, prints I, which is those 64 and 3, increments j by 1, so now j is 4, decrements I by 4, so now it's 42. 42, is it less or equal 40? Yes, so print I 42 and j 4, and now decrement j, which is 5, increment j becomes 5, decrement I by 4, so it was 42, now it's 38. Goes back, 38, is it greater or equal 40? No, so it doesn't go in the body. That's why it doesn't print the 38 and 5. It exits and prints what? This line. This line. Guys, those are really important for tomorrow. You're gonna see lots of questions like this.